Good morning. Today is Monday, August 1st? Or is it August 1st yet? Or is it July? I think it's July 31st. That always messes me up. Welcome to Crocker's Crazy Living. Today I'm going to be making homemade vanilla. Now, I do have a video on here already for homemade vanilla. Um, but I just thought that I would do an updated version, seeing how it's been a year since I did vanilla. This is my third year doing vanilla. And I just kind of want to show you the results from last year's vanilla and go through the steps on how I am going to be doing this year's vanilla. Not that it changes drastically, because it does not, but I just felt like doing an updated version. I probably won't keep doing updated versions of vanilla. I just felt like there was a need for it this time. So I've got my bottles in. This is what I ordered. You can order your stuff off of Amazon. That's what I love doing. I love ordering it off of Amazon. I got 50 vanilla pods. This is Tahitian vanilla beans this time. Last time I used Madagascar grade A beans. This is grade A Tahitian vanilla beans. I thought I would change it up and do a little something different. And of course, when you buy your bottles this way, I just keep reordering, because once I ordered, I can just go in Amazon and just push reorder this, and it's the swing top bottles. It's 8.5 ounces. This is a perfect size for homemade vanilla, because it's a nice size that if you want to give it as gifts at Christmas or whatnot, you're not giving away a humongous bottle, but you're giving a nice little bottle. Yeah, I think they're good. So I have a dozen of those. However, how I'm going to do the vanilla this year, I might only use 10 of these bottles, and then I'll have bottles for something else. You also get a gold paint pen, and you get a plastic funnel. Try to get this open. I know I've showed you this stuff before. Trying to get these little plastic things open. So you get this little rubber funnel for the bottles, and it folds down. I like these little funnels. They come in very handy for other things. And they come with, I'm going to have a whole bunch of them by the time I'm done, because they come in my box of bottles. Every box of bottles. So all I'm going to do with these bottles is give them a quick rinse with hot water. And then I will come back and show you my process. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my bottles opened, and I just rinsed them out with hot water. Now, that's kind of hard to stand them up. Like, I know they're standing up right now, but a second ago I couldn't get them to stand up. But I just kind of like dab them, on my towel, get all that excess water out of there. It's not going to hurt nothing if the inside of the bottle is a little wet. You just don't want them soaking wet. You don't want water in there. I mean, like a lot of water in there. So I got 10 bottles here ready to go, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my vanilla pods between 10 bottles. I got 50 pods. So if I go 5 pods per bottle, that'll give me 10 bottles. I just want to show you last year's results. Last year, I did vanilla. I did regular vanilla with, and I made these labels up, but you know, these labels don't want to stick. This was 3 pods per bottle with vodka. And it's got a nice color. It has a really nice aroma to it. It smells like vanilla, but I think I'm going to try to make it a little bit stronger this year with the 5 pods, because this is the one that I made with the rum, and it's because I started out with Jamaican dark rum. It's a lot darker, but when I started using that big bottle I made for myself, this has much more perplex, stronger scent and wonderful flavor. So I want to make it just a tad. I want to make the vanilla one, or the vodka one, just a tad stronger. So that's why I'm going to go with the 5 pods. I ended up with 5 bottles of vanilla left over from this past year. After I gave some, you know, I like to give my family some for Christmas. So they all got a bottle of vanilla to hold them down. A homemade vanilla will last you a very long time because you only use a little bit at a time when you use it. I'm going to go and grab my vodka. I'll be right back. Okay, I went to my Winn-Dixie liquor store. I tend to like to go to the grocery store liquor stores because most of the time they will put stuff on sale. This is, how big of a bottle? This is Absolute Vodka is bottled in Sweden. I never knew that. This is a 1.75 liter. I bought 2. So they have these on sale. I saved $18 total. And they had it on sale, and I got grocery points too, because Winn-Dixie does grocery points. Because anything goes on sale, you get your grocery points for. So for 2 bottles, I saved $18. I bought both bottles for $55. So that's pretty good. I don't mind Absolute. It's a decent vodka. It's not the cheapest and it's not the most expensive. I find that for vanilla making, this is just fine. It's just great. You could probably use cheaper, but I don't know. I like a middle of the road kind of a grade of vodka. I don't like the cheapest and I don't like the most expensive for making vanilla. So I got my cutting board here, my cutting mat, and I'm going to get me a sharp knife. Where's my good knife? Just going to dry my handle off on my knife. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do, because what I did last time is I took 3 pods and I cut them down the middle, and then I cut them in half. This time, I'm going to leave the vanilla bean whole, but I'm going to cut them down the middle. And I have 50 pods, so that'll get me 10 bottles. These are pretty nice looking pods. These are a little bit wider and not as skinny as the other pods. It's interesting to see what different pods look like. Yeah, look at this one. That's a nice big one. They smell all right. I mean, they're not as pungent as the other ones, but so now I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to just go right down the middle And I'm going to stick it in the bottle. Slicing these down the middle like this will help the pod open up so you can get the goodness of the vanilla out of the pod. I'll have to make notes on this. I should have a vanilla journal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Just like that. They're gonna go in the bottle. I put 5 in there. Then I'm gonna add my vodka to that. Let me see if I can pop that bubbler out of there. Let me get my hemostats. I bought hemostats. I bought me a set of hemostats, a curved one and a straight one, for the mere fact of getting these pods back out of the jar after I've used all the vanilla, because that cut it. It's not going to pop it out. Got it. I also gave my glasses a bath. All right. So I bought the hemostats for the mere fact of when I empty a bottle of vanilla, I can't get the pods back out sometimes. They don't just slide out. And I could put all the beans together that are used into one bottle and then add more vodka to it, and then put it back in the cabinet and let it go another round. Everybody says you can do that. I've never tried it yet, but I wouldn't mind trying it. Just because if you can reuse some of your pods, why not? Why not do that? Okay, there's one bottle filled. I like to fill it right up here to this rim. And you can see how clear it is now. And then 6 months, every now and again, they said every day on the recipe, they said every day to shake it. I don't do that. I'll go in there once in a while and I'll shake them. And I'll put them back. And then I'll go back in there and I'll shake them some more and then I'll put it back. I try to forget about it. But within 6 months, you're going to have good vanilla. So I might go in there once a week and shake them if I think about it. If I don't think about it, then if I do it a couple of 2 or 3 times a month, that's what I do, you know. I mean, that's the way it is. So, all right. I'm going to finish these and then I'll come back and show you my final project. Okay, I've been cutting my pods down the middle and stuffing my jars, and I am going to have 10 bottles, and I ended up with 1 extra pod, so somebody miscounted. I don't know why I feel the need to have to count them out and put them in little piles, like in little groups. But I do. I mean, the skinny ones, I'll you know, mix some fatter ones in with the skinny ones and just do different things like that. But that's all you have to do to making homemade vanilla is just bottles, pods, vodka, and thyme. So far, this is the third, like I said, this is the third year I've done it. My family likes it. I love it. I'm never going to run out of vanilla. I am never going to, and I'm never going to have to buy vanilla again. It's a little costly at the beginning. Let me add up what I paid for everything. I have a calculator right here. I can add everything up. All right, so the 50 pods that I bought, I think was $36.99. I just buy them off of Amazon. There are lots of different companies. This one was called Fit Clean. There's also Vanilla Bean King, but they're a little bit more pricey, I believe. I thought they were. Going directly through them, it was more expensive than buying them on Amazon. I just buy the grade A beans. That's what I prefer. I think that if you start out with really good ingredients, you're going to have a good product in the end. I like, there's all kinds of grade of vanilla beans, but I like the grade A. Again, last year I did the Madagascar grade A bean, bourbon bean. This year I'm doing the Tahitian bean, so we're going to see how this turns out. So package of 50 was $36.99, and then I think my bottles were like $35.99 for 12 bottles. And then my vodka, my 2 bottles of vodka was $55. So it's $127.98 for a project, but it's 10 bottles of homemade vanilla. If you've ever priced out vanilla in the store, you get a tiny bottle for like, what, almost $6? And you have to really read the ingredients to make sure you are getting an absolute pure vanilla. So, okay, if I divide this by 10, $12.80 for a bottle. Now, I'm not selling my vanilla, because for me to be able to legally sell vanilla, like to a craft show or somewhere outside of my home, I have to go through all kinds of county and state regs for that. I know it can be a difficult process. I don't know how difficult. I'm not checked into it. I've watched some videos of people that have done it in other states. I might want to check into it, but I mean, $12.80 a bottle, plus my time. I don't know if anybody would pay that much for a bottle of it would last you, if you don't use but a teaspoon at a time, it will last you 6 months to a year, one bottle. So it lasts you a good long time, because it is a good quality and you don't need to use a lot. When I use commercial vanilla and a recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, I'll use 2, because I like vanilla. I don't do that with this homemade vanilla because it is strong. It is pungent, and I don't, if it says 1 teaspoon, I might go a half a teaspoon over, but especially not with the rum one, because that is strong enough on its own. So that's what my bottles would end up being, but I do share it with my family. And anyway, I might check into selling it later on and see where I can go with that. I'd have to go down to the county, buy a license, and find out what the regs were for, because you are using alcohol, and essentially it's alcohol, but it's vanilla. So anyway, that's it for homemade vanilla for this year, 2023. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like my videos and you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, and I will see you next time on Crocker's Crazy Living. Have a great Monday, everybody, and a wonderful week. God bless y'all. Bye.